Welcome to Lead Forward, a Nova Solutions podcast about navigating the real, messy, and powerful work of leadership. If you've ever found yourself thinking, there has to be a better way, this is for you. You're not alone, and you're in the right place. There's a big difference between being someone's boss and being their leader, and your team can feel it, often more than you realize. A boss delegates tasks and tracks deliverables. A leader provides direction and builds ownership. A boss might get short-term results, but a leader builds long-term engagement. You don't have to be a bad boss to have a problem. Sometimes the issue shows up in subtle ways. Low morale, lack of initiative, hesitation to speak up, or a team that does exactly what's asked but nothing more. That kind of behavior isn't about talent. It's about leadership and what people feel safe and motivated to do under it. So if you've ever wondered why your team feels disengaged, uncertain, or only moves when pushed, this might be the episode you didn't know you needed. One of the biggest signs I've learned to look for when I'm trying to recognize a leader versus a boss is in how they react when things don't go as planned. Here's what I mean. Most leaders want their teams to work independently. Autonomy is the goal. It frees leaders to think strategically, to focus on growth, and to give people space to own their work. But here's where I see the difference play out. When things go sideways, when the outcome isn't what they expected, that's the moment you see whether someone is leading or just bossing. A boss reacts by clamping down. They dictate, they take back control without offering guidance. The message is typically, you messed up, so I'll tell you just what to do. A leader, they approach it differently. They still hold the standard, but they use the moment as a chance to teach. They help you navigate what went wrong and why, so you're better equipped next time. Instead of shutting down autonomy, they expand it by building capability. And I'll be honest, this is something I've had to learn in my own leadership too. Autonomy isn't about stepping back and hoping for the best. It's about stepping in at the right times, holding people accountable while also helping them grow. That's the difference I watch for, not just in others, but in myself as well. Being a leader doesn't mean being soft, and being a boss doesn't mean being strong. But too often, I see people default into the two extremes. They're either trying to keep things light and avoid accountability, or clamp down harder after things go sideways. But the thing is, neither is sustainable. Real leadership looks different. You set expectations up front. You be clear what good performance looks like before the work starts. You make it a priority to follow through consistently. Praise when it's earned. Redirect early when things slip. Don't let patterns of underperformance build. Lastly, stay human in every delivery. Direct feedback doesn't have to be harsh. Respectful and timely is always stronger than dramatic and delayed. Address red flags when they first appear, not when performance is already in a decline. Being liked is not the goal. Being respected, trusted, and understood, that's where impact lives. So if you find yourself swinging between being approachable and being authoritative, it's time to reset. Anchor yourself in clarity, consistency, and respect. And you'll lead without chaos and hold standards without fear. Understanding the difference between being a boss and a leader drives everything, from how your team performs to how they trust, contribute, and grow. It's not about changing your personality, it's about anchoring your leadership in consistency. Because when your team knows what to expect from you, they stop bracing and start leaning in. Leadership isn't about having all the answers, it's about creating an environment where people feel seen, challenged, and supported in equal measure. At the end of the day, being a leader isn't about position, it's about the way people experience you when things don't go as planned. If you've ever felt stuck between being the boss and being the leader, you're not alone. And you don't have to figure it out all alone either. Subscribe and follow along on YouTube. You can also explore more at novasolutionspartner.com. And if you're curious about Nova Solutions Pathway, stay tuned right here on our channel. We'll be sharing updates, sneak peeks, and new ways to engage soon. And while our courses and membership are still in development, private coaching is available now for leaders navigating challenges like this. Details on how to inquire are in the description below. Thanks for listening. Let's lead forward together.